So right now we're on our way to Hunter's house for this ziplining trip. I know the last video you saw in which we talked about this, we were like, yo, how are we gonna get there? But Jack had the solid hookup, so right now we are on our way. I feel like a lot of the conversation pieces we just said, but there's no way we're out. There's no way. It's an hour trip. It wasn't about to be silent the rest of the way.
I just remember the last time, you remember, we were driving home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Jonathan, you were scaring the living crap out of me. Because you remember all the weird noises and then the owl going in front of the car. It was at Kim's house when we were leaving Kim's house.
It took me a minute. I was like, am I in the story? I was like, I don't think I'm in the story. Owls. Yo.
Oh, look at that sunrise behind us. Can you capture it?
Can I capture it?
You're technically at 100%.
Oh shit, I can capture the sunrise. Jonathan said I'm technically at 100%. 100% what?
Likes per view.
Oh, true. 0, 0 is definitely 100%.
Hey, that works.
Yo.
Unless it's doing the lag thing, but...
Oh, true. There's this weird thing where it can be one like behind.
Huh. So it's kind of like YouTube in a way. It's always kind of behind what really is happening.
I mean, it is YouTube, so I mean, that makes sense.
Oh, that's YouTube. Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, I can also do screen capture, but you can only do that through YouTube Gaming right now.
Okay.
Which is weird, but it works for any app you want, so I mean, yeah, that's good enough.
I understand why YouTube would do the gaming. It's sort of gaming is what made YouTube really big.
Yeah, and now they're taking money away from all those gamers. Because, their non-violence policy.
Mm-hmm.
But we probably shouldn't be talking about that.
Oh no, let's totally talk about that. Real quick, top 3, fuck YouTube things. Number 1, recently lost, multiple subscribers. We dropped from, 454 to, 443.
Huh.
And we just got back to 453. But I mean, man, we could have had, hella more if we stayed at the right number.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that, YouTube, something's been going wrong and it's unsubscribing people. And they don't even know it. It just unsubscribes them.
I had a few people who normally jump onto my Yu-Gi-Oh! Live streams, and he was like, yo, I'm sorry I'm late. It's not like I was, just fucking off, but, it didn't tell me you were streaming.
I think it's a slow push towards corporate internet. It's another step against net neutrality, in my opinion.
Also, I hope they can hear Jonathan. My brain is in real life, road noise doesn't matter. In videos, it's the only thing that's there.
I would think they can hear them.
Okay.
I don't think it's that loud, but I'm not sure.
But potentially one viewer, please comment.
Oh, true. Because we never know if it's lagging behind. Let's see. Oh yeah.
And the 2 other things you hate.
So thing number 2, they used to have a thing where you could film with your webcam without it being live.
Okay.
And they got rid of that. It was one of those things where it was by a certain date, this will no longer be a thing. Better do it as much as you can.
Wow.
And back in the day, before you had the live streaming options, that was the only way I would film, where I would carry my laptop around and shit. And I was like, oh no, and that shit stopped for a good minute. But now they're about to fuck us again. So what I've been doing is with the live streaming, I can do parts of an episode, and then I can stitch them together using the YouTube editor. In September, the YouTube editor will no longer be available. Please, and it's yeah, I don't get the point. And they have a Google announcement where it's yo, there are so many other third-party video editors that you guys can use, and it's make a Google app for it or something for my phone.
Yeah.
And then I'll be fine with it. Then I won't care.
Apple, well, but this one, Apple. I was gonna say Apple has an editing software, but I'm not sure.
you shouldn't fuck me that hard. My phone's an Android. Give me like something I can.
Give a little bit of soap or lube.
Did you say soap?
I don't know. Hey, you know, think outside the box sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, shower sex sounds dope. Gabby was
No, it's
like,
terrible.
you feel it? Oh, dude.
It's terrible. Water is not good lube.
Well,
You could be slipping and falling and putting it in the wrong hole.
That's true. It's gonna be cramped unless both people are tiny, or you have a big ass shower. Like,
well, I mean, I guess that's why prison rape isn't very enjoyable.
and then you get soap in there, it's done. Like,
Causes a little bit more friction.
not the good kind of friction. All parties involved will be burned afterwards.
It's the dirty kind of clean, where you don't get clean at all.
Wow. How do we always get to these conversations is my question.
I mean, that is a good point. That came up yesterday. We went from D&D to Skullgirls to Dragon Ball to something else. I don't know what we talked about.
A lot of shit.
Is the sun still rising? I don't see it.
Probably is, but we're probably hidden behind trees now. Oh yeah, it is. I can see it kind of. It's on your side now, though.
Oh, it's on my side now?
Mm-hmm.
It's rising
fuck.
somewhere, Jet. Somewhere on Earth, the sun will always be rising.
Let's go buy some fireworks.
Want to?
Yes, there's a fireworks stand.
We can.
Well, now
I think we're about a month
we're kind of by it.
Well, not a month. Like
Almost a month, actually. Next Friday we'll be able
Yo, we got one viewer. Who the fuck is watching this early? Good to see you. Hit up the live chat. We can actually see it from the phone one. From the computer one, it doesn't pop up next to it. So I just don't know. I have to pull up a new tab to look at the live chat, which is weird.
It's like one of those mini homes.
Oh, like a tiny house?
Yeah, a tiny house.
I had to do a paper on tiny houses back in the day. It was worth it. It was for the AP English exam.
Oh, okay.
And then one of the articles we had was about tiny houses. And I was like, yes.
Did someone pop in and out?
Yep, someone popped in and out.
You probably scared them. Oh, God.
Not the tiny houses.
Yeah. I'm not listening to that conversation.
True, compared to the other shit we've talked about, tiny houses does not
Pretty
sound
good,
as interesting.
yeah.
They miss shower sex but caught tiny houses.
We can talk about engineering and software design.
I
That'll get views, right?
I
There are
wish someone
channels
had jumped
dedicated
in.
to that.
There are.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
They
get
helped
some
me out
more
last semester.
scenic
I missed a
views.
lecture on quick sort,
Okay.
and one 7-minute video set me straight.
6 miles, turn right onto Wilson Street northeast.
Man, if only my camera was as good as my eyes.
We're
There's-
working on it. Eventually, we'll have 2 times real life HD.
Which, can our eyes actually see that?
Nope.
I did a paper on 8K monitors for my marketing class or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing that we're working on, but I saw a video the other day that claimed that it was 8K skateboarding parkour, and I was like, I won't be able to get the most out of that shit. I
Yeah.
don't have that.
Well, I know there's a company, their name is Red Cameras. They have an 8K camera now, and it's $49,500. And that's just for the base camera. You have to buy the memory cards and the lens and all that stuff.
Oh, what's going on?
Get some footage of the scenery. We're coming up on the bridge.
True.
The steamboat bill.
Yo, my uncle Stefan, he almost got ultra fucked on the Decatur Bridge because he was taking a driving test, and Stefan gets too comfortable in cars. That nigga fell asleep.
Really?
He actually still walks to this day. Everywhere. He does not drive.
It's a good way to get exercise, that's for one. Okay, they've changed this intersection. I'm hoping this is the turn.
Nickabenson Street
bridges.
northeast.
Yeah.
Dude, when me and my siblings went to New Orleans, the bridge going in was massive. It was amazing.
Go to San Francisco. They got a bunch of bridges too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, the Bay Bridge is massive. I mean, it's super long.
I'll have to hit that up, man.
San Francisco is the main location used in Sliders. Oh, it's a show from '95 about a group of people who travel between universes. They're trying to get back to their home universe, which they succeed at doing multiple times, but they like fuck it up a lot because you only can be there for so long on like a random timer.
Okay.
And then the next portal comes up, and if you skip a portal, you can't go through for another like 29 years.
Jeez.
So if you go somewhere and you're like, I think this is right, and you fuck up, it's like, oh no. But they went to one universe where they thought they were like in the correct one, but it turned out the Golden Gate Bridge was blue, like, and that seemed like it was the only problem, but that wasn't the only problem. One of their characters got swapped out with like their doppelganger counterpart, and he was like trying to trick them into staying in that world or whatever.
Jeez.
Then there was one where they made it back, but they were like, there's one thing I know that'll help us verify whether or not this is our world. It was like, quickly, we only have like 20 seconds left. Like, you gotta like make a decision. So he hits up the fence in front of his childhood home, and it's like, this gate has always squeaked. And he like pushes it, and it doesn't squeak. And they're like, damn, I guess we're not back home. So they go through the portal, and then the mom walks out of the house, and she's talking to this dude. And it's like, thank you for finally fixing that fence. It's been annoying as fuck, like, for years. And I was like, ah, no.
Damn.
But they have a lot of cool twists in that show. For example, the way that the main character figures out how to travel between universes is he meets another version of himself who finishes the formula for him.
Huh.
And that version is just traveling from world to world, being like, yo, you want to travel between universes? I got you, fam. And he's just like helping him. But it turns out he fucks up and goes to a world where like the main race isn't like humans, it's like this other alien race. And when he shows them how to slide between universes, they like realize that like in most of the multiverse they don't exist. And that fucks with them on like a racial level. Like, what do you mean we're not the dominant species? So they start just taking over all the universes, and they become antagonists.
Sounds like fun to me. Not really. Oh, that looks really smart. Burn fire right next to all the propane tanks. Only in Alabama, folks. Only in Alabama.
It threw me off at first when you said burn fire. Because I was thinking there'd be like a fuel source at the end of burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't correct. Burning wood, I guess I should have said.
Well, I mean, it's not like fire doesn't burn. So, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Burning that morning wood.
Burning the
Oh,
morning
wow.
wood.
If you got a burning morning wood, then you're something's wrong. You need to go to the doctor.
Note to self.
Yeah. Life lesson number 1 of the day.
Turn left onto Beltline Road northwest.
Burning morning wood may be a side effect of shower sex.
I need to put that in my book.
In your memoirs.
It's a book of sagely advice I've been coming up with.
So the GPS is going to get mad at me because I'm going to go straight. Because I know I can go straight.
Turn left onto Beltline Road northwest.
Okay, now you could get a good shot. If you turned around, you can get the sun. It's on your side.
Oh, it's on my side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got the zoom in hard as fuck. Where do I have to turn it? Am I turning it right?
I think so. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, like I can't
Do you
see
want
what
to
my
pass
phone
it
can
back
see.
here?
Oh. This is like the most awkward shot. I mean, I guess we're getting it.
There we go.
Okay, solid.
Yeah. Where's you?
There's my nose. There's my eyes. Ah.
100 feet, turn left onto McIntyre Lane.
No.
Okay. 15 minutes seems like a solid amount of footage. Don't worry, we'll hit you guys back up when we're like actually ziplining. But I don't want to do what we did yesterday, which was film for an hour, and then my phone was pretty much dead. And then we uploaded what one commenter said was the shortest vlog of all time. It was a 14-second slideshow of eating at Five Guys.
That's one way to do it.
So yeah, thank you guys once again, and stay tuned for more content.